Hey, little dogs and princess frogs. Hey everybody, my name is John and welcome to ADITW, A Day in the Word, the internet's favorite Bible study. So you remember when you were little and there were only like a handful of go-to comebacks that you could use when you were in an argument with someone? I know you are, but what am I? I am rubber, you are glue. And perhaps my personal favorite, it's a free country. And while all of us, I'm sure, have grown up and become much, much more mature, you're stupid. Many of us still live with this "it's a free country" attitude. We feel like as long as we're not sinning, as long as we're not making God angry or disturbing our internal moral compass, then we can pretty much do whatever we want. And so today, through the lens of Matthew chapter 17, we're going to talk about this. But before we do anything, I need you to read Matthew chapter 17, verses 24 through 27. Okay, now this is an example of a passage of scripture that is incredibly confusing. Why are we talking about taxes all of a sudden? Why are fish choking on coins? It all just seems really random. But here, Jesus is talking about the temple tax. This tax was an annual payment made by Jewish adult males for the upkeep of the temple. However, Jesus is making it very clear here that he is in no way bound to pay this tax because he is the child of the king of the temple. That's God, for those of you keeping notes at home. Double, however, Jesus agrees to pay the tax anyway so as to not cause offense among the collectors. Now, Jesus has no problem causing offense, especially among those who use the things of God for personal gain. You remember when he flipped them tables in the temple? In this instance, Jesus saw that the truth of God's kingdom was being distorted and bastardized, so he took action without fear of offending people. But if we look closely at the many times Jesus challenges religious authority or government or even his own disciples, he only does it when necessary. And this temple tax is not infringing on God's ultimate truth. So in Jesus's mind, it's just not worth fighting over. I think that there are many debates going on in modern Christian culture that could probably go in the same category as this temple tax. Let's say you're going out to dinner with a group of friends, and you know that several of your friends in that group do not drink alcohol, and they have very strong opinions about it. Now, when you get to the restaurant, you could order beer after beer after beer and then go to the bar and take some shots. That's your right. You can choose to drink alcohol if you wish. But is exercising that right really worth causing offense among your friends? Does Christ have a right not to pay the temple tax? Absolutely. Just as we have a right to drink alcohol or not to drink alcohol. But here in this passage, we see Jesus surrender his rights for the sake of the gospel. The Apostle Paul talks about this in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, where he lists all of these rights that we as Christians have. But then he goes on to say, but we do not use this right. On the contrary, we put up with anything rather than hinder the gospel of Christ. What Paul is essentially saying here is that maintaining your right to use curse words or post political heated Facebook statuses is not worth losing your platform with someone for whom you might have a kingdom influence over in the future. This passage, this lesson from Jesus, is about placing the gospel above our own pride or agenda. This is a lesson about putting God first. Not our thoughts or our opinions or our convictions, but placing the gospel and authentic representation of the gospel as the chief aim of and in our lives. Thank you all so much for watching another episode of ADITW. We're rolling right along. 2017, we're picking up right where we left off. I'm very, very excited. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please comment down below with your thoughts on it. I'm really loving going through Matthew. It's been quite a journey, but we're getting towards the end. We're heading into the last 10 chapters. We're at like mile, I don't know, I guess we're at mile like 17 of the marathon. Anyway, I hope you all are having a great week. I hope you continue to have a great week. I hope that you will subscribe not only to this channel, but also to Jorgen Fam, our vlog channel. If you haven't subscribed there yet, you need to do that right now. I love you all. Have a great week. Keep being awesome.